Hi everyone, I am Rajesh Kumar. I am having close to 16 plus years of experience in Devops, SRE and DevSecOps. I have worked with more than 12 software organizations around the globe. I would like to introduce you all a Devops School's flagship certification program in Devops, SRE and DevSecOps. This program will get started in the weekends, so get enrolled. Please contact us on the phone number given on the screen, and in fact you can email us on the contact@devopsschool.com. There's no creation. You cannot stop. You cannot start. You cannot do that. You cannot restart.
Okay.
Pod, you cannot restart. These are the life cycle. So then you'll say, Rajesh, when the pod is running, when the pod is running, so pod is running, pod is running when when all containers of pod is running. Simple. And when the container is running, when PID one of the container is running successfully, correct? Na? So these are the simple explanation for the pod. Please remember that. In simple way, if I say you go to the cloud, you go to the AWS, what you create EC2 instance. You go to the VMware, what you create VMs. You go to the Docker, you create container. So same way, if you go to the Kubernetes, you have to
Pod.
pod.
So
Why?
the pod
Because
now, hello Raj. The pod now contains the container plus the app
yes,
in
sir.
the container.
Containers contain that, right?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so this is what I was talking about. If you want to deploy container, you can deploy the pod here. So here is pod. Then we will say, Rajesh, what is this replication controller? So here using this pod, you can deploy one pod only. But in the Kubernetes, we want to deploy thousands of pod. So then here, if you want to deploy one pod, use the kind equal to pod. If you want to deploy multiple pod,
Oh,
and
Rajesh,
then
sorry, a quick question, please. I hope I'm not disturbing the class, please. It's very important. See, that means there is no connection between Docker and Kubernetes.
so here see here the how this is connected. So I send, hey, I need a 5 pod. So this 5 pod, the my desire, this is my wish. I send to
Okay.
API server.
Yeah.
API server stored this 5 in the database. That means
Yes.
human has a desire of 5 pod. Controllers reported back is a more kind of monitoring. He's saying,
Yes.
hey, API server, I did not find any pod of that.
Okay.
So API server
Okay.
will calculate. Desire is this. Actual is reporting by controller. So mismatch. So API server will say, hey scheduler, schedule the 5 pod. Scheduler again connect to the API server to the kubelet. Kubelet
Okay.
here. Kubelet
Okay.
and this
Create
kubelet also. So
instantiate.
here two instantiation, three instantiation of pod. Kubelet will do that. Then after that,
Okay.
kubelet will ask, hey kubelet, hey Docker, please, I have instantiated the 3 pod. Please fill the container inside that. So this is the pod,
Okay.
one pod, and then container
Okay.
is filled. Then kubeproxy will assign the IP address to this, and then kubelet will respond back to the API server, hey boss, I did my work. API server will tell to the human, hey, we completed the work.
All right. Good. Thank you.
Okay, so this is something which you. So I was talking about these are the one. So how do you deploy the pod? So if you want to have one pod, kind is equal to pod. If you want to have multiple pods, kind is equal to replication controller. If you want to have replica sets, multiple pods. Deployment, multiple pods. Okay, daemon set, also multiple pods. Stateful set, also multiple pods. Now I'm confused actually. Why we have a resources which is for the multiple pods, so many. So actually, guys, yeah, these using this you can get a multiple pods, but there are some uniqueness actually that I'll talk about in some time. I'll not confuse you. What are the uniqueness in this? I'll talk about it. Understood, all of you?
Yes.
Yeah. So what we discussed so far is I try to give you this little bit of idea about it, why we have gone for Kubernetes. Why? Because Docker cannot fulfill our need for running containers in the production, because in the production environment we need lots of other feature which Docker is not having it. So what we opted for Kubernetes. So Kubernetes can orchestrate the container, microservices, storage, network, and many other things. And it's written by Go. And this tool is donated by Google actually to CNCF. Okay, so CNCF is the owner actually for this particular product, and CNCF is a foundation by the way. It's like Apache is also foundation, right? Same. So Kubernetes architecture. So Kubernetes architecture, which we have a workstation, which is your laptop, then master node and worker node. How to set up a master node? So install this all software manually and then run this command. This all software will be up. In the how do you set up a worker machine? Manually install all the software and then run join command. This proxy is done and worker is set up like that. Very simple way of putting up. There are more than 40 methods available, but everyone ultimately uses the same method internally, wrapper around and all. Okay, so now how do we deploy the containers in the pods? We deploy through the containers in Kubernetes. So we deploy through the pod, and then here I discuss what is a pod and all such like that. Are you comfortable so far, all of you?
Yes.
Okay, so now what we'll do? I'll set up a how to set up cluster, Kubernetes cluster. In short, we call it KX actually. So Kubernetes cluster. How do we set up? So guys, I'm going to set up in laptop, and I'm going to set up manually, no automations. Why? Because if you have a little bit of confidence with the manual work, then immediately if someone will say you, hey, I'm setting up a cluster using cops, then we'll say, okay, maybe cops is also following the something similar, what I will do manually. Or maybe kind, maybe minikube, maybe EKS on cloud, AKS on Azure, AWS and Azure, GK in Google Cloud. So as I said, like there are more than 40 methods are available to set up a cluster. Which one you should focus? Manual way, because that way you will get it. So now let me get started. So here I'm going to set up the cluster in Ubuntu 20, but you can set up a cluster in anything. By the way, I'm setting up the cluster of Kubernetes, which is 1.23 or something, and I'm using the container D, not a Docker. Okay, why? Because I want you to be updated with the technology. So like that. So Ubuntu. So I'm going to create one more. Let me set first this setting. So okay, I'll do one thing. I'll not use in the local because local installation takes some time. So let's go for the cloud. Why I'm going for the cloud? So that way it will save my time. That is most important. But else local it will take lots of time downloading, configuring. Cloud it is fast. So guys, go for this and launch instance. Now this is a Kubernetes. And Ubuntu I'm going for it. Which version? So I will ask you to stick with the 20 version right now, because this script, the one which I have automated, which is will work with the 20, but that is a shell script. You can modify and make it other script, other version also. So this is the one. What is the configuration? So I need a high configuration, else I'll not be able to install it. So I'll go for the T2 large, which is 8 GB RAM, and keys I'm having default. Where is it? Rajesh Mumbai. Okay, and security groups default. That means no firewall. Storage I'll go for 30 GB and so on. And how many I need? One for master, one for worker. So two machines I need it, and launch instance. Done. So I got these two machines here, and let's wait for it. Yeah. So guys, this is the machines. So here this is the master server. I'll get the IP address here, and this is the worker server. I'll get the IP address here. Are you okay with it, all of you? Any questions? Hello, hello. Are you there? Right?
Yeah, good.
Yeah. Now, guys, I'll ask you one thing. Look at this. In the workstation, there's one utility kubectl, and if you look at this kubectl here also and here also. Correct now? Correct now? Hello, hello.
Yes.
So can I make this master itself as a kubectl or workstation? So I need to have this file. How to get this file? I'll show you. So this anyways here. I'll just configure this file and make a master, or you can make it a worker also. But right now master and workstation will be in a control plane. That is what I'm doing. So we'll not have a third machines in this case. Okay. So this is the thing. So master plus workstation in the same machine for learning purpose. Okay, so now we have got it. Now the time has come for the setting up the cluster. How do we do that? So that guys, go to my blog and search for Kubernetes. Now in this blog, you will find many types of installations for the Kubernetes. So here you see that this one I'm going to use it. Here you can set up this one also Google Cloud. Here, this you can set up in, this is the older version 1.29. Okay. Uh, a lot of tutorials are there, guys. So which you can try this. See a lot of it. So let's say you want to be specific. So search for the Kubernetes CentOS, and here see Kubernetes manual way QT. This is CentOS. This is a 1 to 16. This is a 1 to 16. Okay, so like this. So right now I have a this is the latest one of this. This is the older one. So I'll just close this. So I'll go for this one. So where is the script? Here is the script. So what I'll do first, let me log in. So putty, and this session is being recorded, so you'll follow like that. I have a keys in the and all. Okay, so now you have login as a what, Ubuntu, right? Yeah, Ubuntu. And here sudo hyphen s. Okay, so now I will clone this one. Very simple installation. So but you have to stick to the version of Ubuntu, else you have to modify the script. So I got this one, CKS and cluster setup, and here this is the latest version, and here this is the two script. This script will set up a master, this script will set up a worker. So this I am going to run in the master. Now this is a shell script, so if you want to study each and everything, each line, you can just read this script. If you're preparing for certifications in admin side, you have to go through this. So chmod 755 install master sh done. So this is the thing. So now what I'll do, the whole things, there's a hundreds of steps, whole things will be done by this script. So it will save some time. In AWS is much faster, downloading and extracting and all. So we are using for it.
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.